I'm so excited. We are going to be talking about exclusively pumping today. So I have a friend that I've been able to meet online through mutual friends and through circles. And so I'm going to turn it over to her and let her introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Raquel. I have the Instagram and blog, the Pure Fun Life. So I like to talk about joyful homemaking and traditional motherhood, and I really like to sing hymns. So just a lot of sharing there, just kind of on this journey, and hopefully it can inspire others. And then I love learning from other ladies on there as well. They're homemakers. So, and this is my son Ezra as well.
He's so cute. And I have to say, I love whenever I'm on Instagram and I have your stories or anything that you post, you just bring so much joy and you just exceed happiness. It always makes me smile. I love your page and following you. So just so you know.
Oh, so much. I love your stories as well. I've been learning a lot. I'm like, wow, I didn't know about that. It's really nice.
Oh, thanks. I think it's fun. It's a fun outlet. Might as well show people what you're doing while you're doing it, because people are curious, what does a homemaker do, and different stuff like that. So I enjoy just sharing some stuff on there. But okay, so we're gonna jump into it. What is exclusive pumping for those who don't know? Because I feel like it's not very popular, and a lot of people don't really talk about it much. I mean, what do you think in your experience?
Yeah, so exclusive pumping is, for me, it's breastfeeding, but just via pump, as opposed to nursing a baby. But I'm giving all of my breast milk to Ezra, and he still receives the benefits from the milk in that way. So yeah, it's doing that. Yeah.
Very cool. So if you could tell us a little bit about your story and what made you come to the decision that exclusively pumping was right for you. Because I know sometimes people will start out pumping because maybe they can't get a proper latch and then eventually get a latch. Do you have tongue ties or anything like that? We'd love to hear about it.
Yeah, so things got a little bit complicated with me for birth, and so after that, we weren't able to establish a proper latch, and I did seek assistance via a lactation consultant, and I did the best I could. But after that, my options were basically okay, well, should I just go pull out formula, or should I do something else? And I had started pumping in the hospital because Ezra was in the NICU. And so I was like, you know what, I'm going to do this. And, I know it's different than nursing and my supply will be different and everything, but it's worth it to me for all the benefits that the baby gets from your breast milk. And I mean, this is, God's way. And so if I can, give my best, however much I can give him, I'm going to do that. So that's why I decided to do exclusive pumping. And, I'm hoping that, for the future, I do it again, but I'm hoping to be able to nurse. But, if I'm not able to, I would do it all over again. It's just so worth it to me to see, if he's sick, I still see my milk changing and being able to, give him all that nutrients. And so it's just, I'm really thankful for the ability to have a pump and, all these modern things to be able to do that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, because I've exclusively breastfed all my babies, but I have pumped before because I did have different jobs and stuff in the past with my first few kids, and it's not easy. I think pumping is so hard because I think breastfeeding can be convenient because you don't have to have bottles and all that stuff to pack on the go, and then formula, you can buy that and stuff and have the supplies, but what you do is really hard, and I'm just amazed that you've been able to do it for so long and just exclusively provided that for him. So that's amazing and just awesome. And like you said, it's so nice that we have these modern pumps, and even breast pumps from when I had my first son. He's 13 and a half. The one that I had then, it wasn't very good compared to the ones I have now, so I'm even grateful for that, just technology upgrade and stuff, and being able to have better pumps too. So that's awesome. So let's jump into supplies and tools. What do you absolutely think is a necessity? And then what are things that are just super helpful?
Yeah, so absolutely necessity is my pump. So I have the Medela pump and style. I actually have some things here on the side, so hopefully the visuals will be good. But this is the pump I use, and this was one of the options covered by my insurance at the time, and I've been really happy with it. It served me well. This is my second Medela pump because my other one, I don't know, it just had some kind of issue. It stopped working one morning. And I will say also that the Medela customer service, they sent me one right away in the mail. So, and it was like express or, expedited. So that was a blessing. So I've just been really happy with this pump, and it comes with a little handle. I take it with me. I do have a separate pumping bag. I cloth diaper. So my diaper bag already tends to be probably a little bit bulkier than just disposable diapers. And so I do have a separate pump bag. And that's something really important to me.
Yeah, and I just want to add, like, I love how compact that one is, because I remember my very first one came in this giant bag, and it just seemed like so unnecessary. So that's cool that it's so like portable and doesn't take up much room. Because, like, yeah, with cloth diapering or just packing all the extra outfits and bottles and everything, like, it'll fill a diaper bag fast.
Yeah, my diaper bag is like filled completely. Like I couldn't imagine putting on my supplies. And I also carry a separate, it's like a lunch box, but I use it for my flanges and my milk and all of that. And it is a little bit more to carry that way, but I do appreciate, hey, it's kind of organized, everything's good, nothing's like, I don't want to be carrying this book bag, I'm all squished and stuff. So yeah, I'm definitely
smart, because then you don't have to dig through it either. And then I'm sure when you pump, you already have maybe an ice pack in there, or like if you're out.
right.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a good idea to have the lunchbox, attach it to your diaper bag, and then you don't really have to carry that many items still. It's just carrying the one or whatever. So that's cool. So is there any other thing besides a pump that you would say is like an absolute need?
Oh yeah. So I have a few things, but I just wanted to start with that. Just what pump I have and stuff. So some other things I personally cover when I'm pumping. So I have like a stretchy cover. I can't really see it, but basically it stretches over me, and so like it'd be kind of like this. And then I also have a ring sling. So I find this convenient because when I'm at church and I'm in the mother baby room, I tend to just sit like in a corner. So that way, if I have to move, because I'm, attached, if I need to help with Ezra or anything, I find that this is nice because it gives me a lot of space to be covered and comfortable. But at the same time, if I have to be like, oh no, don't touch that, or hey, come here, I'm not feeling uncomfortable or stretching out my other one. So this is really important to me. And then another thing, I got this from Amazon. It's called the Boon, and it comes with, hold on. It comes with these bottle brushes. And so there's a bigger one to wash, the bottles he drinks from, and then also the small bottles I use. And then this one is really nice because it comes with this smaller, the little brush there. And so with the flanges, the top section where the air pushes through to allow for the pumping, that can get, it can just kind of get dirty just as you use it. And it's really hard to clean other than having something specific for it. So I had decided to get this, and I can, go ahead and dry my bottles here if I want to. Like we're at church all day on Sunday, so I can just dry them here if I don't hand dry them, or I could put it on my counter. So that way it's less stuff, but it's really useful to me.
That's awesome. So do you recommend that portable one just for outings, or do you have like a bigger one at home? Because I've seen different ones online where they have like the bigger mats. So do you have a bigger mat for home use, or do you feel like that's just perfect for what you need?
Yeah, it's really perfect for me. Because I use, so these are the bottles I use. So I typically just use this, and then I use the Advent Phillips bottles, the glass bottles. So they fit really well on there. And I just clean so often that I don't have to like take up too much space. I know some ladies who exclusively pump, and whatever works for the mama, but I know a lot of times they'll have, maybe a bunch of bottles and they go through that all day and then they clean at the end. And I would say that in that case, there are the larger ones that I had considered, and that would make sense. For me, I just kind of clean as I go. And it's easier that way. And then I kind of wanted to keep things a little minimal. So if I can use it here and take it with me, then awesome.
Yeah, I agree. I'm totally getting in that minimalist. I know you said you watch my stories where I'm just like trying to do everything and make stuff simpler. And actually, I think if you saw in my kitchen, I got rid of like a bunch of dishes. And even if we don't do them like after every meal, like our plan is, because right now I'm pregnant and sick still and just miserable, but But if we don't get to them, like, it's not like so overwhelming like it was before, where it's like, oh, there's so many dishes, like it's still like, oh, we just need to do a load and we're fine. So I do think less is more, but like you said, whatever works for you, whatever makes it less stressful for you, go with that. So if it means having more bottles, totally do that. But I love this
Right. Yeah.
too.
I've been trying to, get rid of so like the same like dishes or, like chip things. Cause you have, maybe a chip dish and you're like, I have so many, I don't need this. Or, I know you had posted like a bunch of cups you had. And so I was like, I have all these like shaker bottles, when I used to go to like a gym and stuff like that. And I'm like, I'm just like home now. Cause we used to live in an apartment. Now we live in a house. And so I'm like, I just go in my yard. So it's like, I don't really need these. Like I can just use my, my NutriBullet or whatever I need to. So just so many things that accumulate that I'm like, I'm just going to try to save space where I can and, get what's useful.
Yeah, for sure. And I think with having kids too, like you don't realize how much stuff gets brought in year after year or month after month even. So it's always nice to go through and assess. So that's awesome. I love that tip.
Yeah. And then I wanted to say, hold on. So I have like just like a few more things. It seems like a lot, but these are like really important to me. So these are kind of like this, what I think this would be more of like it's not necessary, but it's really helpful to me. I actually have in my bags, I take with me a small extension cord. That might seem strange,
That's
but
smart.
I've been places where, thank you, Papa, where I don't, have a space where I can plug in, or maybe because I have a battery pack as well. So maybe I don't have batteries. And so it's just nice to have this, depending where I go, it'll extend me enough to where I can feel comfortable and I can plug in my phone and all that. So it's just something that works for me.
Yeah, no, I think that's really smart because I wouldn't have thought of that. Like, and it's smart even if you're working and pumping or different stuff, like that's a really good tip. So,
Right. Right. Yeah. So I mean, and like at our church we have like the wall plugs, but basically if I put my pump directly into it, it'll eventually fold the cable, if that makes sense. So it's just better to have the extension cord, and I've been able to pump all around the room if someone's using it. So it looks funny, but it works. So.
yeah, no, that's awesome.
And let me see. Let's see. I have two more. So one of the things I definitely recommend is using like those nursing tanks and the shirts and everything. I love like the dresses and all the styles you have on your website. And they're just, to me, that's super necessary to not have to, be uncomfortable. Like, oh, I'm stretching out this nice shirt, like something that's already made for it. And it's, easy to access while you're already like fumbling with covers and stuff. So that's definitely a necessity to me. I actually, my husband got me this one recently, and so it's, it like pulls up and stuff, and it's like a long sleeve one. And then, like I said, I was looking at the dresses the other day. I was like, these are so cute. Like, you don't have to feel, frumpy either. You can look really cute, but then you're still, it's still functional clothing. So
Yes, for sure. Functional clothing, it makes a huge difference. Whether you're pumping or nursing, like I used to think like, oh, like that's just a waste of money. I can do layers. And even when doing layers, like sometimes you're like trying to pull up the upper layer, but the bottom layer is coming up with it and it's just like a mess. So for me, I know that's been a game changer. And even just condensing, like we are talking about minimalism, condensing my closet, because I like
mm-hmm.
having a dress because it's one outfit and go versus like trying to figure out what am I going to pair my skirt with and my shirt. Like, I don't know. It just simplifies things for me. So, and it, like you said, it makes it more comfortable and easier. And so I appreciate that.
Right. Yeah. And I I just really like it as well because like a lot of the things that, I'll get, it's either like you said, like the one dress or he has like maybe the floral design or whatever, or if it's like a top, maybe it'll just be solid. So, I could just do a black skirt all the time. Like I feel like a lot of times as a mom, I end up dressing as a really nice, like maybe the coordinated outfits. And then for me, I'm like, all right, last minute. Okay. Just grab whatever. So it's easy if I already know, these things work, I'm going for it. And I'm not trying to figure out like, oh, is this going to be comfortable? So